How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my 10-acre homestead. What I'm doing today is I'm going to show you guys the designated location for where I'll be beginning to dig a half-acre pond. And I plan to start digging it by hand. I'd like to actually do the entire thing by hand, but maybe that's crazy. Maybe it's crazy to dig a whole half-acre pond by hand. But I'm not in any rush to build the pond. And I figure if I'm just consistent and I dig every day, that I'll be able to dig this pond. The reason why I'm digging it, or the inspiration behind me digging it, started when I built a 16 foot by 4 foot raised garden bed. And I need somewhere to source the topsoil for that. And digging a pond is perfect for that. There's going to be plenty of excess dirt that we'll be able to use to fill that bed. And plus, I plan to have about at least 8 of those beds. So those are pretty big garden beds. So they're going to need a lot of dirt. And those garden beds are about 2 feet high. So it's going to need a substantial amount of dirt, but I can get that from the pond. And in a little bit, I'll show you guys the location for where I plan to dig the pond. Originally, I had this idea somewhere else on the property, but a wise person once told me, just get to know your land first. I've been here about 6 months, so I got to know the land. And when you're on the land for a while and you walk around your property, you start to realize certain things about the property. So it's always good to wait before you jump and start doing stuff, because especially stuff that's semi-permanent or permanent, because it's it's going to you might regret building that thing in that area or doing that work in that area. So anyway, I'll show you guys where I plan to have the pond. So this is one of the wooded areas on the property. We're walking into the woods here now, and as you can see, I don't know how easy it is to see on this camera, but this dips down into a much. It gets pretty low right now. We're going downhill a little bit, and we'll be going down a little bit more. And so this is a very low spot on the property, so I thought it would be a good place to dig. I noticed that it does flood in here when it rains a lot, so I figured why not dig where it already floods. Plus, if you look at all these brambles and all of this brush and all these branches, this is just a bunch of thorny stuff. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can see all the thorns on this stuff, but this is no fun to come in here. So what I'll be doing is I'll be clearing this brush, and then I'll be digging accordingly as we go through. So not only do I have to dig, but I also have to clear a ton of brush. So it's going to take me a very, very long time to do this by hand. If it becomes impossible for me to keep going by hand, then I will get some excavating equipment, but that would be kind of difficult to get it here. So I decided to just do it by hand. I have a lot of other priorities that are much more important in the meantime. So I just plan to be consistent at working on this, at least an hour a day, just digging and cutting and whacking brush away and pulling brush away and digging up topsoil, etc., from this pond area. And so any comments or any suggestions you guys might have of what to do or what you guys think about that, and would be very helpful to me. I really appreciate your 2 cents. But if you look back here, I've got a pretty substantial way back I can dig, and I can also, on the other side, go even further back this way. So I have 2 directions, so it's going to be a kind of like a long oval shaped, rectangular shaped type pond is kind of my plan. And I just noticed that this area is just the worst area on the property in terms of brush and brambles. You cannot walk on this. You cannot go in here as a human being without getting ripped up by thorns. So I figured, why not just clear this area out? I know that I could get goats or I could get pigs maybe to help me out, but for now I'm going to be doing it myself with any hand tools and power tools that I can carry, no excavating equipment. Also, I probed down into the soil here, right here, and it goes about 4 feet deep, so before it hits bedrock. So since it hits bedrock at about 4 feet deep, I'm also going to have to get maybe some kind of jackhammer to start jackhammering those rocks. Somebody told me you can use dynamite. I've never done that or don't know anything about that, but I'm going to probably get the jackhammer and just start jackhammering it. So that's the plan for the pond. The pond is going to be a good soil resource for me. It's going to provide a lot of brush, a lot of compost, and then one day it will be a pond that will hold fish, an alternative protein source. And in the meantime, I'll just be enjoying the process and then the exercise of clearing this area every day. I'm not in a rush to finish, but I will be consistent at working on it. So I just wanted to show you guys that. What do you guys think? You think that that's feasible for me to hand dig a half-acre pond all by myself if I'm consistent every day, or is that gonna, how long do you think that would take? I'd be interested to hear in the comments. Am I crazy for trying to do it? Is it a crazy goal to set? So this is part one of that. I'll routinely update you guys on the progress. I'll be working on it every day. So I'm excited to be doing that with you guys. So let me know what you guys think, and any questions that you have. If you want to like and subscribe, that's great too. Love to have the support. That keeps me motivated to keep doing this and keep making these videos. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a good one.